Good evening and welcome to this week's Rikers Beard Live. Goodness gracious me, it's fantastic to be here and it's so lovely to see you two. How the devil are you, chaps?
Absolutely outstanding.
Yes. Carl, your room looks different.
Yes, I've spent a good few days butchering and being very manly and taking furniture apart, reconstructing it and altering my perspective.
There wasn't a door behind you before, was there?
You're a little crackly there, James, or is that just...
You're topping out.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
The door behind me leads to Narnia, shall we say.
Ah.
I plan on painting...
James, just mic test a little more there because you're still breaking up quite a lot.
Hang on, I'll disconnect the microphone and put it back on.
Well, I think possibly your gain might be a touch high. Yes, it's looking good.
Is that better?
Yes, that's better. Wonderful.
Okay.
It's looking good. I like your collection of Star Trek movie posters you have in the background there. That's quite nice. I can see my eyes can pick out Nemesis, Insurrection, Generations. So presumably they all go in chronological order.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't quite see. You've got Generations is actually flat on the wall. The first one you can see here is First Contact. Insurrection, Nemesis.
Yeah.
These three along the bottom are 2009, Into Darkness, and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have the original 6 movies in frames as well. I just need to find somewhere to hang them.
Nice.
So what's the reason for the selection of that particular set of 7?
That's just where they were prior to anything being moved. The original 6, if you recall, when my computer and monitor were over on this wall, you could see in the back corner behind me. So they're now actually, that wall's now completely covered by the new desk setup. So I've had to remove those and I need to find a new home for them.
Right.
Fantastic. And James, it looks like you're going to be getting us some live nudes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to that later on. But first of all, let's say good evening to the wonderful Gary. Hey, Gary. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Gary.
Evening, Gary.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. How you doing?
Good to hear from you, matey.
How you doing, Christoph? Nadim, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, Nadim.
Should we talk about Star Trek and upset him?
And Mark. Hey, Mark. How you doing, buddy? Loving your profile picture still. That's really good. And hey, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Are all the boys in tonight?
So this week's, if there's anyone else in, please do wave and say hi. Just say hi in the comments, the chats. We'd love you just to say your favorite episode and your favorite series. We always enjoy that. This week there's not quite as much to talk about as we would normally have. So I've got a special game lined up for us to play this week, which is hopefully going to guide us to getting in focus. I can see the viewing figures here. There's a lot of people watching that are lurking that haven't said hi yet. So please do say hi. So Chris says his favorite series is The Next Generation, and he's right. Yeah. I can't argue with that.
He's absolutely right, yeah.
He's absolutely right, yeah. Yeah, we're kind of short on Star Trek to talk about this week, so I genuinely thought, well, you know, what's the running going to be for this show? And I thought, well, let's talk about what we're looking forward to in the Star Trek world. So Rashid just quickly, he said that the favorite episode he's seen is probably The Way of the Warrior, and that's
the two-parter in Deep Space Nine where Worf first turns up, and you have the almighty space battle.
That's the one where they fight against the Klingons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you have the classic line of Cisco going, "It's no illusion."
Geranium shadows and thorium isotopes.
I'm really enjoying the new series of Prodigy, but these guys haven't really caught up on it yet, so we're going to have to park that for a bit. This is the problem, and I don't agree with the way they do these season-long dumps, just all of it at once. It's not just because it makes it difficult for us to review it. I just don't like it the way they do it that way. The new Lord of the Rings series comes out, I think, next month. They're dropping all the episodes at once. I like
it. Is difficult, isn't it, when everybody's watching it at different rates? We don't have the water cooler moment that you used to have.
It makes it very unsociable, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But that's just me. A lot of people like it hard and fast.
Whereas you prefer the slow trickle, apparently.
I prefer the tantric approach.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow. Well, I always win.
He reprogrammed the conditions of the test.
So, Chris said he read there is a new track coming with Michelle. Yes, that's true.
That is true.
There is a straight-to-video film coming out, which is Section 31, which we were looking forward to, but the more we've been hearing about it, the more we're actually a little bit
worried.
a bit worried it's going to be utter dog shite. But at least we all know that, thank God, Discovery is done, and we can say goodbye to that nonsense.
Yeah.
So in focus this week, we're going to play a little game, and it's not elephant or snake. Would you like to explain? Well, for those who have not seen the show before, would you first of all hit the like button and the subscribe and the share stuff at the top? And second of all, James, I would like you to explain to our viewers that if they happen to found themselves on a very adult version of the Generation game, exactly how elephant or snake is played and the appropriate use of the hot glue gun.
Okay, so first of all, let's just have a look at Nadim's review of Discovery. And yes, Elephant or Snake is obviously a game where if you take it out in public, they will stick you in the dock and you won't come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
But if you do that, if you do take the old chap out,
No, you said do.
if you do, it's about when you get the little googly eyes that kids have in their craft kits. Do you put it at the top or the bottom, so it's either looking like an elephant or a snake? That's how you play elephant or snake.
And the correct position is at the top to make it look like an elephant, and that way you can strategically shave to make him look like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
And you can pull out your pockets so that you've got the ears.
Exactly that. Yes, exactly that.
Just to reiterate the legal warning I gave earlier, which is that if you take it out in public, they will stick you in the dock and you won't come back.
But yes, do attach the eyes with care with a hot glue gun. This is the only way. Now, I've been on Temu this week, and I've got these. Right, there we go.
Talk us through these, Richard. What are they?
They're a bit shit.
What were they supposed to be, and what did you get compared to what you were expecting?
Well, they're blueprint schematics of Enterprise, DS9, and Voyager, and they probably don't look too bad from there, but from here, they're not so good. So they're now prizes. Now this week's prize, now it may or may not be related to the game. So this is this wonderful, high quality metal blueprint schematic of Starship Voyager.
What does the text say at the top? What's the gist of that?
There's a barcode on it. Let me take the barcode off. I can't get it off. I might have to take it out of its original I really don't want to take it out of its original packaging.
Well, it might lose its value, might it?
It might lose its... Hang on.
Got to be careful with that sort of thing.
I haven't got any nails. Rubbish. Oh,
do you know what? It really isn't that important.
Oh, no, you've asked. I'll do it. Right, it's going to come out of its original packaging. Surprise, anyway, I suppose.
Right. Betty's dissing you here, Richard. The postage would have been more than that.
Right. Okay. One of the smaller ship designs in the fleet, but also one of the most advanced. Built for maneuverability, it is able to reach the highest warp speeds of any current vessel and is designed to be for long-term exploration missions. State-of-the-art bioneural gel packs are in use. These gel packs operate faster than any traditional isolinear chips, making the ship's computers as quick as the vessels themselves.
I think there's an appropriate piece of music to go with that. There we go. With that accent.
Construction. Utopia Planitia Shipyards. Length. 343 meters.
Girth?
15 decks.
Are you from New Jersey? New Jersey?
Crew compliments. 200 max. Oh, she's an easy girl.
Something's going on in base that we don't know about.
I'm not going to read the armaments out. Right, so here's the prize. So I'm going to play the game now. This is fastest to type in the comments. The correct answer.
Have we turned into Rikers Beard Noir?
Yeah, apparently so.
I'm going to play a clip. This is very similar to Stampity Stamp. Okay. So this is not for.
I have to open the window then to let all the comedy out.
This is just for everyone at home. As soon as you've figured out who the mystery character, and I want the character's name, not the actor, I want the character's name. The first one to put the correct answer into the comments will win this priceless thing from Temu. So is it everyone in the comments? Are you ready? Let me see your fingers. Is everyone?
Good fingering, everyone.
Well done. Okay.
There we go.
So without further ado, so the first correct answer will win. And then we'll talk about the character for our in focus. Okay. Is everyone ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. First one in the comments with the correct answer wins the prize. Oh, and you can only have one guess as well. You can't go back. If you guess wrong, that's it. So you get.
Oh look, Christoph's dissing things now as well.
What's your fucking problem?
You're not going to win with an attitude like that, are you,
No,
Christoph?
certainly not, is he?
Right, so Carl and I will invigilate. We'll keep an eye on the comment stream. Make sure no one's putting in multiple entries.
Ready?
And then Richard, you can roll VT or whatever it is you do.
Here we go. Right.
I know. I think I know. Wrong.
Hang
You
on.
weren't going to win, Christoph.
Let's go through. So Christoph said. Well, hang on.
I thought I'd make it easy as it's the first one.
Gary Payne.
Wrong. Wrong.
No.
Hang on, Nadim.
No.
No.
Hang on.
Oh, no, we're off the character.
Aha.
Character Betty. Sorry.
So close.
So close. You nearly walked away. You nearly walked away. Have we got? Is anyone going to win it? It's almost like no one wants to win it.
Well, it's too late now, isn't it?
Well, no one's put the right answer yet.
No one's put the right answer. I thought that was quite an easy one to start with. But there we go.
Oh, hang on.
Aha! We have a winner.
Oh, Betty. So,
I so wish you'd have said that in a Frank Spencer accent.
Betty. So there we go. This is all yours, Betty. James, Carl, and myself will all sign it.
Oh, how are we going to do that?
All right.
With a pen.
The power of the internet. One moment.
I
I've got my silver marker here. Richard, do you have a silver marker by any chance?
No.
Oh, shame. We could have made that look quite magical.
But we'll get that. We'll
Can't
get
find
that.
it.
We'll get that signed, and
I'll sign it.
that.
Oh, hang on. Oh.
Well, that's just plain rude.
Maybe she already has it and just wants someone else to be able
That's
to.
a very good point. She
enjoy
probably
the
already has it.
splendor.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's a roaring success that round, so that's still to give away.
Still to give away. We'll do another one next week, and I'll see if I can make it a little bit easier because clearly. Oh, what's wrong with me? Right. So yeah, I want to talk about Jeff. I mean, I had the absolute pleasure of meeting Jeff Coombs a couple of times, and he's a real gentleman. And when I had a chat with him, I said, "Yeah, all right, Betty, all right." I said to him, I put it to him that we were very lucky to have a plethora of fantastic actors and guest actors that come in on Star Trek, but every now and again you get an actor that comes in who's I describe as a real ringer. The chap, I could never forget his name, that plays Jellicoe, Jeff Coombs. You know, there's so many great actors, but I think of all the actors that guest in and out, obviously Jeff Coombs is frequent, but I just think he consistently delivers just a fantastic performance. He brings every character that he plays to life impeccably. And I think every character he does plays, even the one-offs, like the one in Voyager, you honestly couldn't imagine someone else playing that role. That's how well he does them. He owns every single role that he plays. And obviously he made his real start in DS9. And I think he played, is it 3 different characters in Deep Space Nine? Well, technically a few, because he played several different Wayungs, didn't he?
Wayung, wasn't he?
He played more than one Wayung.
He was that chap who wanted a holo novel with Kira in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was also he was in one with Odo as well. Something else. Anyway.
Oh, was he
was a Ferengi.
Odo? No, he wasn't. No, I know who that was.
He played the Ferengi assassin as well, didn't he? Or I got that wrong. I think I might have that wrong. I'm sure
what, we should have a movie night and watch him in Reanimator. That was classic 80s horror.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you'd love it.
Yeah, I'm very much I'm not very good with horror films, I'm afraid.
It's more like comedy horror. You'd enjoy it.
That's right, Brunt. He played Brunt. He did play a Ferengi, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, I always enjoy that meme of Brunt turning up saying, "Brunt FCA, show me the last meme on your phone." We've all got them. We know you're doing it.
Yeah, I had a chat with Jeff. I called him Mr. Coombs. He said, "Call me Jeff," which I thought was very sweet of him. And we talked about fitness for the elderly for a good half an hour. And I would like to have spoken more about Star Trek, but given that I saw him taking a power walk with Walter Koenig around the lake, as I was doing my run around the lake, he just assumed I was wanting to talk to him about fitness and stuff. So I can share the various aches and pains Jeff Coombs has at his advanced years, but not much insight into his preparation for acting. Sadly.
I believe you're a Stanislavski man. You're very much the method.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't act.
Yeah, but if you were in the method, that's what you'd say.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I use the method. Yeah.
The method.
The method, which is where you play the part all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You inhabit the role, yeah.
Inhabit the role. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, if Peter Jackson came to me and said to me, should like for you to play a wizard, I would say to him, you do realize I'm not actually a wizard. And he would say, well, yes, I understand that. But for the duration of the film, I would like you to act as though you were a wizard. The rest of it is easy. How do I know what to say? People write it down for me.
Yeah.
You know, where to stand. Somebody tells me. It's really quite simple. Apart from live theatre. You can't have a script for live theatre. That ruins the illusion. You've got to memorize the words. Are we going with off-piste?
Yeah,
So
okay. Well, so that was a triumph for a game. I'm sure we can play that again. You've got 3 prizes still to give away.
I have, yeah. It's quite bizarre how no one wanted it or guessed the right answer. But there we are.
Oh, I'll tell you what we could do, Richard. We've got about a month before the landing party, which we'll talk about later. If nobody's won these prizes by the landing party, we could take them with us and have a sort of pass the parcel. And if you're stuck with it, you have to take it.
We could have a round of elephant or snake. And the winner can take home the crap I got off Temu. So I wanted to talk about Jeff Coombs, and I wanted also to talk about what we're looking forward to, what's coming up in track that we're looking forward to. What was that? Was that me? That was me.
Sound is going a bit funny at times.
I should very much like to know what we're looking forward to. So, Section 31 film, I believe, is the next thing we've got coming that's looking forward to, and that's dropping in January.
Oh, is it?
I believe so. But I believe it's dropping somewhere around my birthday.
Oh. So straight to VHS.
Chris has suggested playing Guess the Door at the landing party. How many doors can we fit on the bus, James?
Well, we have 2.
Yeah, we've got 2.
I don't really fancy carrying them up to the big smoke, though.
We've only got. I thought we only had 1. We've got
No,
turbo
we have 2.
doors.
We have 2 fully fledged turbo lifts.
Oh, we've got 2 turbo lift doors, have we?
Yes.
As in, like, one half of the door and one half of the door.
No, 2 double doors.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we built them, but I don't remember.
Well, we built them. We've only ever taken one out.
Oh, was that orange velour sticker stuff that we got?
Yes. It's not velour. It's vinyl.
Yeah.
No, it's only ever seen action as the engineering set. And, we took it out twice. Yeah. But we have 2.
So we're very much looking forward to Section 31. A little less so since more details have come out about it, including the amount of reshoots they've had to do because it's so bad. It didn't make any. To the test audiences just went, we don't understand this. They've had to go back and reshoot a lot of it.
I know I've asked this before, but do we know when exactly it is set? Because I've lost track with Emperor Giorgio, who I didn't really care about, to be honest. Didn't they leave her in the 23rd century or somewhere? She didn't come forward with Discovery to the new era, did she?
No, I think the problem is we didn't care. Oh, did she?
She did come forward with Discovery, but then the Guardian of Forever had something to do with where she ended up, didn't she? My namesake, Carl.
I think she decided to come forward because she refused to leave Michael Burnham and then immediately left Michael Burnham.
About halfway through the season, yeah.
I think it was even quicker than that. I think it was like the second, third episode. I think. So I think that's the plot there.
Well,
So
it's got the guy from Ted Lasso in, though, hasn't it?
Oh, is it? Which chap?
Yeah, the guy that tried to buy the team.
The one who landed his helicopter on the field.
Oh, the American.
Yeah. No, the
It was African, wasn't he?
African.
He came from the same country as one of the players.
That's right.
It
Yes.
was really childish when she refused.
He paid for the whole British Museum to be closed so he could have a private
That's the
chat.
one.
Yes.
Joke's on him, though, because the British Museum is free to enter. Ha ha ha!
She was the Natural History Museum, but no. So we're very much looking forward to Section 31, even if it's not possibly going to be as good as we're all hoping.
I might be taking little Isabel to the Natural History Museum for Daddy-Daughter Day that I've promised her before the end of the summer holidays. I've said, we're going to London for a day out, whether you like it or not, and we'll do something fun. And if you don't choose, Daddy will choose.
Oof.
Take her to the aquarium. Should enjoy
So,
that.
right, Imperial War Museum it is then.
Oh, what a lucky girl.
Treat.
Oh, you love a good war museum.
Oh.
Oh, marvelous. Do you know they do special adult evenings at museums these days?
Yes.
So you can go to it like a regular museum or aquarium or whatever, but after they close, and like a little man will follow you about with a plate of cheese and a glass of wine and stuff. It's marvelous.
I'm very civilized.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. A shame there isn't a Star Trek museum.
Well, there sort of are. I mean, you have to go to where's James Corley's outfit based?
Who's James Corley?
He's the chap who did Star Trek New Voyages or Continues, whichever was the first major fan film where they built the full-size TOS sets, and he's got the Star Trek licensed experience that CBS have allowed him to run with all the full-blown sets you can go and visit, and Shatner's quite often there. But I can't think which state he's in. I think he's probably somewhere in the west side of North America.
I would imagine California. Funny you should mention that. I was listening to one of the Delta Flyers podcasts earlier on, and they were talking about him.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. He's done amazing work. He's also a professional Elvis impersonator.
That's North America. That's just south of Canada, isn't it?
Just south of Canada. That's right, above Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah, above Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I've run out of
in Blackpool as well.
Wine.
That's gone. That's
So I've
the
got
only
That's long gone, isn't it?
what's to
I
drink.
went to visit that
Oh.
with
mojito.
I've never had a mojito.
Didn't you go on honeymoon to Cuba
Yes.
and you didn't have a mojito while you were there?
No.
Blimey.
No. So I thought I'd
Thank
give
you,
it a
Alan.
go.
That's the link.
nice.
There's a sci-fi museum in Milton Keynes. Yes, that's Jason Joyner's organisation, I believe.
Well, the one that you mentioned, James, that was in Blackpool, they had a lot of the film belt stuff there.
That's right. Yeah. So most of
I
that's
visited
now
with
gone back to. Oh gosh, what's the chap's name? Lovely guy, big beard. It'll come to me. The film welt guy, but it's all in Germany.
Yeah, me and Dan went a few years back while it was there. It was only in Blackpool for about a year.
Really? Was it that long? Or little, I could say.
Yeah, literally. I think it was a 12-month thing, pop-up.
So we knew for a while that there were 3 Federation shuttlecraft in the UK, one of which was the film welt one, but we think that's now in Germany. So apart from our one, there's the one that the destination people built that we didn't see last year, or this year, actually. I don't think it was there. Was it? You were there?
No.
Is that not
I
now
didn't see it.
permanently? I thought that was permanently erected in the Sci-Fi Museum.
I don't know. Is it there? Has anyone been to Milton Keynes? Can they tell us?
But I think that it's there, and I think that his Joiner's Bridge is there as well. That's why it doesn't go to conventions. I'm presuming.
Anyway, well, so
That's
we
really
think
rather
there's two shuttlecraft in the UK. Are there any others? Let us know.
Mohican to a Mohican? Mojito. It tastes a little bit like a garden.
Well, it's meant to have a lot of mint in it.
So that's probably about right.
And you're meant to use, I haven't got it immediately to hand, but proper cachaça rum.
Well, this has got Marks and Spencer's rum in it.
So it's not just a mojito then.
So it's got 2 measures of white rum.
Nicely played, Carl.
It's got 8% volume in it. And it's got lime juice and mint flavouring. Oh, and it's suitable for vegans.
Oh,
Yeah,
Christoph was in Milton Keynes last year. Nothing big like a bridge or transporter, not least in. Oh well, so Jason's bridge is where that is then, because he had his 3 chairs, he had his horseshoe, and he had quite a large rear section. We've just got rid of the consoles. He had a couple of alcoves as well.
When we last saw it in Birmingham, it wasn't in the greatest of condition, was it?
No, the horseshoe was fucked, wasn't it? So maybe it's been fixed or.
Maybe it's off for repair.
So back to what we're looking forward to, chaps, and we'll segue now into what James would like to tell us about the landing party.
Oh, the landing party. So the landing party is one of the Rikers Beard style events. We've decided that we're going to have a landing party on Saturday, the 14th of September, and it will be in London. And the plan is this: you don't have to book anything, you don't have to pay for anything, well, apart from whatever you do when you're there. But we plan to meet somewhere sort of lunchtime-y, go for lunch. Then we might go to somewhere like the Science Museum, probably,
or an aquarium.
Or an aquarium, or the Imperial War Museum. And after that, we'll find a pub somewhere that we can all hang out and just have a few drinks into the evening. So there's no commitment as to where and when you turn up. We just have to let you know exactly where it is. And it's very, very chill and relaxed. So that's the plan. Richard will bring his prizes with him.
Yeah, in my experience, London is bigger than you think it is, though. So whereabouts in London?
But that's true.
If you look at it on a map, it looks like you can just
walk on a map. Maybe that far.
Yeah, it doesn't look
an hour to walk.
Yeah. So,
well, if we're looking at the Science Museum, which, as I'm sure you are aware, that is in South Kensington.
That's near the aquarium, is it?
The London Aquarium is on the south bank of the River Thames near City Hall. So that's some distance away, in fact. But I think that where we might end up for the evening will be in the Westminster, Pimlico, or St James's Park area. And we've got 3 or 4 pubs currently earmarked as to where we might go. I'm just doing a little bit of research. We do, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's marvellous.
Yes.
So, sorry, what sort of area are we talking about? Whereabouts?
Westminster, Pimlico, or St James's Park. Westminster, Richard, is where the Houses of Parliament are.
I'm aware. I'm just thinking that travel lodges around there might be a bit pricey in the evening. But thanks to all the politicians, they might do them by the hour.
Now, what's this? Mark, what's this? What other event? Surely the Rikers Beard landing party is far more important, but that's a matter for you, dear boy.
Well, we picked this date specifically because another event had been cancelled. So if we inadvertently clashed with another event because we thought this was a free weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Not one I'm aware of, Mark. You'll have to tell us what it is we've missed.
I think, Carl, you mentioned that unfortunately you can't make it because it's your birthday weekend or something of that ilk.
Well, it's not so much because it's my birthday. I would have loved to come because that's the day before my birthday.
Yes.
So it would have been great. But unfortunately, I've got a couple of my team that family together and they're off to another relative's wedding for that weekend. So unfortunately, unless we figure out some way of cloning me, it's not
Well, Chris, we're not going to do one in the north.
Well, you say that. You say that, but we are coming very far north, aren't we, to Blackpool?
Well, maybe. You know, the jury's out on that. You know, cash sums haven't been offered yet. Hard cash and blackjack.
And hookers.
Mind you, I did see a van for sale around the corner the other day. I thought, oh, that's actually almost as cheap as just hiring one. I might as well just buy it. Use it as a
future-proofing.
Just have it as the Rikers Beard support vehicle.
It would have been Forks gone to, but some. Oh, I see. Well, we didn't realise that you were all getting together already. We didn't mean to clash with your date. Apologies. But that's your doppelganger, unfortunately, unable to cover for you, Carl, I'm afraid.
Oh. So we won't have real Carl or fake Carl.
We don't have prime or alternate. Okay, people in the comments, we need another Carl. We need a third me.
So that's the landing party. It's just us coming up to London, and hoping some people might turn up and meet us for a few drinks and a meal. It'd be nice. Maybe we'll play some games. Maybe we could have a treasure hunt around London.
I could hide these around London strategically, next to bins. Even in them. Oh, I know. It's quite thin metal. We could have an origami competition.
Ah.
Hope you got strong fingers.
Yes. So yes, let us know in the comments if you're interested in joining us for the Rikers Beard landing party, and if so, where you'd like to go in London. If there's any particular event you'd like to go
especially
to.
the aquarium, if you want to go to there.
I mean, if fish are your thing, Richard will put a toweling robe and go swimming with the whales for you.
I've got a suspicion Richard might want to visit the aquarium while you're there.
Really, ever since I saw Jaws 3D, I honestly really want to go to an aquarium. They have got massive sharks, haven't they?
No,
I mean, it wouldn't be an aquarium without massive.
Well, actually, no. I think they may have a couple of sharks. Come thing. I went there about 20 years ago. I don't think they have any whales.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
They have got whales on board Voyager now, though.
On the new Voyager, yeah.
On the new Voyager,
Or do we see cetacean ops?
They've copied Sequest, and they've got a blue whale on board. That's how big the new Voyager is. It's massive. They've got a blue whale on board. And
is it a blue or is it a humpback again?
I'm not an oceanologist. It was a whale. It looked blue. Yeah, and the episode I've just watched, they went to Mirror Voyager, and they had an evil whale on board. Sadly, it wasn't an orca. I was hoping it was going to be an orca. It wasn't.
Did it have a twiddly moustache?
It didn't. It had like a really bloodshot eye, though.
Oh, super.
Oh, sorry, put it up again.
You, Dan.
Sorry, Dan, I can't help this one. You're going to have to put it up. Put it up again. I can't help myself. As James didn't spot it, I will.
I've spotted it. I was just being polite.
Oh, were you? In which case, we'll forget about it.
Yes.
We'll forget about it, yes.
Did you
can see light anywhere. I can see light.
Did anyone else see?
Anyway, more importantly.
Huzzah!
It was a humpback whale. Well, it was blue, so I think we were both right. It was a blue whale. It was a blue humpbacked whale.
A whale.
We'll share the points on that
one. So, for the landing parties, the plan is to meet up on the day.
Yes, not in any kind of outfits. Don't feel that you have to turn up in a uniform or anything like that. We're just going to chill out, have some fun. Maybe we'll go to the Planet. That's always fun and expensive.
Some sort of activity, evening meal,
cocktails, maybe a cheese board.
I do like a cheese board.
See, I like what Christoph's done here. That's a long joke, Christoph. I get it. It's going to weird everyone else out, but don't worry, Christoph. I get that one.
Right. Okay. That's gone over my head. Just like that sign has. Look.
Where are these live nudes we were promised, James?
If they're coming from the... If they're coming from the Blue Oyster Bar, I'm not sure I want to see them.
You're going to have to explain it to me, Carl. I don't get it. I've had too many mojitos.
Oh, it's from a Facebook comment earlier in the week
Oh, okay.
regarding
Oh,
the
so
mileage
it's
of
right.
those cars.
It's a private joke, right? Okay.
Apparently, the Star Trek conversation ran a little dry, and Chris has foolishly tried to put us back on course. What's your favourite starship from any show? My answer for all of us
Yes.
is, of course, the Enterprise D.
No. No. It's
what?
the Enterprise A.
James.
It's the refit.
have
She's
to do it, didn't
beautiful.
James, we all know you love the D.
I mean, I do like the D, but
You love
you know,
the D. You can't get
I
enough
love the
D.
inside of the D. I've never really been able to get on with the outside of the D. I mean, in some respects, it
You
looks
like the
beautiful.
idea of
From
it
some
just
angles,
not
it's
looking
incredible. From other angles, it looks ridiculous.
James, you've just spent a fortune on a model of one that you have to
Yeah,
build.
that's a good point.
You've got a
actually.
massive poster of
Let's
a
talk
massive
about this.
Hmm.
Okay.
in front of James,
Look.
above his monitor screen. He's got a massive picture of the D.
What we're looking at, this.
Yes, this.
Okay.
So look. You know, I'm some way into building it. You
I'm
haven't
not.
opened it, have you?
No. I've got two very large storage boxes in that Narnia cupboard with every
There's
single
my
piece.
poster of the D. There it is.
Beautiful.
So, in all seriousness, James, is it the A refit or just the A?
The refit or the A. The A has a nicer interior.
So I may have
the
some
original Enterprise
inside.
from Wrath of Khan. The bridge just looked ridiculous. It looked like they just used Christmas lights for most of it.
I've got some top secret model news. If you would like to share it,
Oh yes, model news. Is there a sting for that?
there's not. No, this
Oh,
is.
hang on.
probably-
Let's play this. Model news.
We need to work on that. We weren't quite as in sync as we were for the Blue Oyster Dance.
Not quite. So Corgi that recently released the Superior D,
Yes.
and that was from an existing mold. They're currently working on 2 brand new molds, and I'm not allowed to exclusively reveal either of them under pain of death.
What if we guess and you just nod and go, "That's right"?
That's what I was thinking.
Is it Voyager? Defiant.
Excelsior.
Constitution class Enterprise. Refit Enterprise. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right.
And there's another one. The other one's a baddie ship.
Oh, Bird of Prey.
Yeah, there we go.
And
You
they're being
didn't
built
hear it here first, did you?
literally just up the road from me.
Well, you
Fantastic.
say you heard it here. You didn't hear anything.
No.
No,
Richard said nothing.
I have to say that the Corgi Enterprise D that I've got is by far and away the best model. It's so much better than any Eagle Moss one. I mean, I've got it in a case with on display next to the Eagle Moss XL Enterprise D because they're a similar kind of scale,
Yeah.
and just the color, the detail, everything on it is just superior. It's a really good model. The guys
Louise has
at Hornby
dialed
have done
in.
a fantastic job. Hey Louise, how you doing? But yeah, I cannot recommend enough the Corgi Enterprise D. The stand it comes with is shit. You'll have to think of a different way to display it because the stand is rubbish. But the actual model itself is first class.
Packaging is pretty special as well, isn't it, Richard? It seems
Packaging is really nice.
Finished.
The ship is brilliant, but the stand is awful. The ship will fit on a standard Eagle Moss Enterprise D stand though, which is what I've done because I just couldn't look at the plastic crap it came with.
So
yeah,
this source that you've got, Richard, is very important. We know this. When are we getting the mail on freighter?
I think, James, you should write a very strong email. A very strong email on it. CC me in on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I can CC my contact in on it. And then we'll both CC the king on it.
Right.
And then just send it straight to Mr. Hornby and try and get some movement on the freighter.
Okay. I was thinking of the mail on freighter as yesterday I had a meatball sandwich.
Glad you said
And,
that.
Yeah.
Right.
How can you tell it's a male plane?
Louise would like to know where I can get a replacement Eagle Moss stands from, please. My Voyager Enterprise D, the Fing Cat, broke the stand and I can't find any. Love some words of wisdom. So
I've got some words of wisdom on this one. Yes, you're right. Cats are a bloody waste of space.
Yeah.
We've got two, and I would spend my entire time tripping over them and being irritated by them.
I'm allergic to cats. Literally.
I used to like my cat.
Screaming, sneezing, not nice.
My cat is genuinely in her 20s now, and I just don't have the heart to kick her anymore, so she's got no purpose.
Can I just what your cat did last week to your computer setup?
Oh, just don't. She literally will go anywhere now, and I'm like, well, let's put her down. And like the kids, are like, oh, you can't do it. Replacement stand. So yeah, you're not going to get them from anywhere. You want to pick up a cheap mail on freighter model. Instead,
drop kick it through a window, Louise.
The Enterprise D. I did as a diorama model with a Picard bust for our friend Dan, and I literally just drilled a small hole in the bottom of the ship and used a copper rod in a plinth of wood to display it on, so you can build your own. I personally think that actually looked a bit better than the acrylic display. I thought that looked quite nice. So I would have a think about if in the nicest way possible, they're not decent enough that you're not going to look at them from underneath or have mirrors underneath them on a display stand. So think about making your own. Just drill a small hole. I literally drilled a small hole. I think it was about 4 or 5 mil. Got a copper rod, some super glue, and just into the model, and then into wooden pin. So,
would you consider an acrylic rod and some hot glue?
Probably not strong enough. The D is quite top heavy. So where you want the rod for it to look good, the ship might tilt over a bit too much.
I think an acrylic rod at sort of 5 mil would probably be strong enough.
It would be that the hot glue wouldn't be to hold it in place. It would swing about. You'd still want to use super glue.
Oh, fine. Super glue will do the trick then. Oh, how about a tractor beam?
That could work.
I did when I was building it for Dan. I did genuinely think about using some magnets and trying to make the ship actually float.
Oh yeah,
but trying to get that sweet spot is. I watched a few videos on how to do it, and I was like, "No, I'm not going that far, mate."
Yeah. Right, what's that? So Louise got a plan. Well, I'll tell you what. Just go to jumble sales. There's plenty of Eagle Moss models turn up at those, or conventions. Yeah. I mean, frankly, there are some models that the vendors just can't get rid of fast enough. And make them an offer.
Actually, that's very wise, James. It might be worth asking vendors. Do they actually have any stands where the ships have been damaged and unsellable, and they've got any spare stands?
Well, you're right, Louise. They do tend to gouge at conventions, but to be fair, that's because they have to pay enormous pitch fees, don't they? I mean, we had our friend, didn't we, Richard, who was selling T-shirts at LFCC, and I think he came away from the weekend having made a net loss.
A substantial loss. I think I bought one T-shirt, and someone else bought the other.
So by the time he factored in his pitch fee, his parking, his hotel room, and everything else, it was an expensive weekend.
It was
at Destination Just Gone. I've got to be honest. When I was wandering around the traders' hall, prices weren't that bad. They certainly weren't as bad as they've been previous years. I'll give them that. I think they kind of realised we walk around with eBay open on their phone.
Well, yeah, I was at LFCC looking at stuff, going, "Well, hang on, you want £100 for that, but I can find it on eBay for half, delivered, so I don't have to carry it home."
Well, I often think the traders' halls should be reserved for items that are a bit unique. And that's why I like the handmade, handcrafted stuff. But then you're getting very much into the, well, it's not official, they shouldn't be selling it kind of. So
I bought this because I saw a post off a lady who was having a stall, And the reason I got it was, it's the spitting image of my little lad William, so I couldn't resist it. And it was off a lady who had a stand called Tilly's Accessories, and all her stuff was absolutely brilliant. We'll have to try and get her on the show at some point.
So it's a case for, personally, I think, no disrespect to the guys at Eagle Moss and whatnot, forget them. Look at the people who handmade, the Etsy people who've actually gone and done a store. That's what I'd be looking for, because I think they're great. Yeah.
Well, Louise seems quite keen on that stand there, Carl.
Yeah. Honestly, the stuff that she had there was brilliant. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Well,
Did we have a wish clip this week? I can't remember if I sent you one.
not that we're aware of.
Okay.
Gosh, everyone seems to know this Tilly's Accessories.
Mm. Well, when I spoke to her on the Sunday afternoon, she said she'd basically sold out of everything by late Saturday morning. And she was like pulling reserves out of her boot to be able to stay there the rest of the weekend.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you always feel sorry for vendors when you see them at the end of an event and they're packing loads of merchandise away back into their cars and vans. You think, well, you know, from your point of view, the ideal is you flog the lot and walk away with a bag full of cash instead.
Yeah.
So, you know, if she's saying, well, I've run out of stock by the morning of day one.
Yeah. All of like hoodies or embroidered hoodies and T-shirts and everything like that, they were all sold on Friday and early Saturday. Done, gone.
Yeah. So you go, well, okay, mission accomplished. Just enjoy the weekend then.
Yeah.
Take pre-orders.
Mm.
I mean, you know, if there was one piece of merchandise that's absolutely irreplaceable, it would of course be this. The Rikers Beard Com badge.
Yeah.
With
Have you
backing.
Have you fitted the handle to it so we can do the Rikers Beard branding, where we heat it up in the fire first? And
Yeah, I just need a metal rod for that. That's fine. So if you would like us to heat one of these up and brand you with it, then we can do that. It's not a problem.
preferably on the Burtox.
Oh, we should be doing Voyager stuff next year.
Is that? Oh, did I see some news there? Did I see that the Voyager documentary is finally coming out?
Don't think so, no.
There was a rumor it was out in January.
I don't think it's ever coming out.
And there was a complaint I saw online with someone saying, well, they're asking for like £100 to go to the actual showing of it at a cinema somewhere. So if you already backed it and you're entitled to go to the screening, you then have to pay another £100 or whatever it is to get in.
Really?
Wow.
Unless you can press like we sometimes do and turn up and go, diplomatic immunity.
That's very naughty, isn't it?
Yeah.
November. Well, there you go. God, you could buy an Eagle Moss Nova class for that.
10 spare stands for that amount.
I mean, that seems terribly unfair for people who've backed it. That seems
Presumably it'll then be released straight onto Netflix or something. Oh, Louise, well, there you go. I was following your post when I thought about that. So there we go, yeah.
That's absolutely disgraceful.
I think you take the right to the government and complain.
Louise, I think you should host your own screening party with blackjack and hookers.
Yes.
I've been wanting to ask, James, and we're about due for time now, so before we go, you have a picture next to you of Commander Riker that's obviously signed. But what does it say? I can't read the writing.
It says this.
Still can't read it.
To James, by Riker's beard, I am your father. Jonathan.
That's brilliant.
That's marvellous. Did he enjoy writing it? Did he have a smile on his face?
He did. And I got that signed at something called the Entertainment Media Show, which was some point in the middle of 2012. And it was just before the very first Destination Star Trek convention, about 6 weeks before it. Frakes was in the UK. And in fact, that was the last convention he appeared at on certainly mainland England. since. I believe he's been to Dublin Comic Con a couple of years back, but apart from that, he's not appeared in the United Kingdom or the Republic of Ireland at any other time.
A few times.
He's been to, I think he's been to FedCon or stuff, but yeah, he's not been in the UK. So yes, I was very lucky to get that.
Well, for this evening, I'm going to have to say, I don't know about you chaps, but my office is absolutely sweltering up here, and my aircon is not being fitted until next month. So for now, I'm going
just in time for the end of summer.
Just in time for the summer when it's cheap. I get a discount. So for now,
Get the aircon in my car fixed then, can't I?
Look after yourselves and each other.
Toodle pip, everyone.